So, as I mentioned in the last video, I'm working on the Total Recall 2070. I'd call it Blade Runner, but it's more Blade Runner than Total Recall anyway, at least the TV show was. Anyway, so I made these flying cars, and they're just in primer now, but I wanted to find little lights and different things to add detail to them. So I started going through my fodder, and I said, this is what I do every time. I spent hours going through my fodder, and let's leave it unorganized. So I said, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do something else. You know, if you do the same thing, expect a different outcome. You know, that's called insanity. So I had been somewhat organizing. As I got various found objects, I would sort them like this. This was kind of my ready tray of things that I could find easily, and I always had it available. And it doesn't have any specific categories. I just kind of lump things together, but visually you're able to look through it and find things pretty quick. So that was an initial idea. It worked somewhat. Now I've gotten much more organized, systematic, and sophisticated. So what I did, and I want you to know my mind does not work like most people's minds, so you have to devise your own nomenclature. Oh, that's a big word. Your own titles. But so what I did is I organized it alphabetically using baby food containers, and this goes up on that blank shelf over there, and I pull it out, put it on top of the garbage can when I need it. So it starts with A, moving on down. Like I said, I got some unique terminology here, which you may or may not understand. Probably not. But anyway, it works for me. So when I'm sorting over here, and I always have a nice natural light to do it, I have my different sorting trays. Here's a TBS, to be sorted. Has nothing to do with Turner Broadcasting. Here's another sorting tray where I put the little things using the tops of the baby food containers. And so I have another little thing which I've had for a long time, also put in alphabetical order, with various and sundry things. In future videos I'll show you what's in these if you're interested. And if you're not, it gives me content. Anyway, so I have this super special stuff. Not the SS, Nazism, but the SSS. Nothing to do with pre-World War and World War II. So, what do? Well, I put things that are entirely unique, one of a kind, or rare. Again, my own definitions. So here's some examples of unique things. Of course, there's certain action figure things. I got a few Lego pieces. Here's a piece off the X-Men wheelchair, Dr. Xavier, other action figure thing, I believe. These are bubble caps to those little bubbles they give out at weddings. These are cool. These are from the fire pit. They were embedded in some kind of wood. Then here, for example, I go, oh, these look like weapons. So I set these aside. This is super special. You can turn those into weapons. Look at this one. This one, how about a spotlight? This one's really cool. Looks like a adjustable wrench. We'll just put a handle on it, paint it up. So things like that, unique lights. And then here I have what I call the very tiny tin. And I'm going to dump the very tiny tin out and show you these are things that gotta remove the magnet because it's holding things in. So I notice I'm taking my light with my arm. It's not good. So the very tiny tin contains some unique items. Some are very small, unique. You got LEDs, you got lenses, you got little tiny fragile things. So again, I throw those things in that I don't want to lose, that I know I can use, especially in an upcoming diorama, and yeah, things that probably be resorted shortly. So yeah, what else did I want to say? So what I do is I label everything in bright green because that shows that I've done that recently. And as I'm going through sorting, I'll find all the same thing. These are eyelash putter honors. I don't know what they're called, but they're really cool because, let me set the camera down. Open this. I've made Batmobile, cockpit chairs. I've made regular lab and desk chairs. So you cut off the part, this part here. See how I cut that off, and then you can bend that or just put it down, and then you put a base on it, and it's really cool. Contoured back chair. Add little pieces of foam and so on. So I got all that from my youngest daughter when she moved out. She left a lot of her makeup junk, and basically anything she didn't want, she left. That'll clean it up. That'll put it in as fodder. Yeah, you're right. So that's the super special stuff. One of those lenses. There's some of her makeup. Those are cool. Yeah, look at all that cool stuff. Oh, I just see a. Oh, I see a mouse. There's a mouse in the house. You turn that into a computer mouse. There's a battery. Yeah. Oh, by the way, using magnets is important. Here you see on this magnet little tiny round pieces of metal. So when I dump out a whole bunch of TBS in here, I put the magnet around it. It pulls out all the little screws and other things like that. Just all the little screws go into the super epic screw container tin, bread, baking, meatloaf pan, or whatever that is. Yeah. Okay. So that's about it. Also, get your get a couple sets of micro screwdrivers for taking stuff apart. Little hint. Here's ways I organize my tools using tops of file boxes. That's somewhat organized. This is chaos on the top, though. Yeah, slowly but surely I'm getting things organized. And I'll show you one more thing. Well, I have you attention, undivided attention. So I'm not talking to you people who have bugged out about halfway through or a quarter of the way through, or my one troll who watches like 1 second and then gives me a thumbs down. So you can see this is the larger fodder, and somewhat organized. Yeah, I believe it or not, I can find most stuff but it still needs better organization. You're going, wow. One of the guys on the Triple C podcast said, he looks like he's a perpetual Katrina victim. I don't know if that was a compliment or not. I thought it was funny. So, for Michael Keaton, I am